Also from Italy, we have another report by Jasmine Jamora on discovering Milan's Chinatown. And in our sports report, we are joined once again by Ryan Florentino. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Giancarlo. Thank you for having me. And yes, for this week, we have football legends Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi scoring for their new home teams. Back to you, Giancarlo.
Thank you so much, Ryan. And from our view from our window this week, we go to Koblenz in Germany to see their cable car. Daily virus cases in the UK on Thursday soared to over 50,000 a day for the first time since July, but the government again resisted calls to impose restrictions. According to the latest statistics, there were 52,009 new cases recorded in the United Kingdom, the highest figure since July 17. The UK has managed to administer 2 vaccine doses to 79% of those aged 12 and over, and the number of hospitalizations remains relatively low. It is pushing for all those not inoculated to get the vaccine and urging especially the over 50s and clinically vulnerable to take up the offer of a third booster vaccine as well as getting flu jabs. The Health Secretary Sajid Javid on Wednesday played down concerns over the stubbornly high figures and insisted it was not time to bring back measures such as compulsory mask wearing indoors. Prime Minister Boris Johnson also resisted calls from health officials to cut close contact transmission, given fears that the rising numbers could overwhelm hospitals dealing with other respiratory infections over the winter months. The Health Minister, Edward Agar, on Thursday told Sky News that school-aged children were driving the increased infection rates in England. Boris Johnson and his government have faced repeated criticism for reacting too slowly at key stages of the pandemic since the outbreak began early last year. Britain's death toll stands at 139,146, second only to Russia in Europe, and the country's total number of cases is second only to the United States, according to the Johns Hopkins University. Lausanne, one of Switzerland's main cities, discovered much of its soil is polluted with toxic compounds poured out by an old incinerator. A domestic waste incinerator plant that closed back in 2005 is the one being blamed for this dioxin fallout, according to World Health Organization. Short-term exposure to high levels of dioxins may result in skin lesions, such as chloracne and patchy darkening of the skin, and altered liver function. Long-term exposure is linked to impairment of the immune system, the developing nervous system, the endocrine system, and the reproductive functions. The discovery was made by chance between January and May this year at a planned new ecological allotment in the city. Up to that time, pollution monitoring was mainly focused on air and water and not on soil. The affected zone stretches 5.25 kilometers, which is 3.2 miles, and around 3.6 kilometers across. The population has been instructed to wash produce grown in gardens and allotments and to wash hands after touching soil. In zones where toxicity levels is too high, some vegetables and fruits are not to be eaten. Warning signs have also been placed at concerned areas. The dioxin pollution dates from 1958 to 1982, but the questions on potential liability remains unresolved, as does the issue of what to do next as the dioxin hunt expands. Meanwhile, the reaction of vegetable plot owners and holders varies. While some say they will follow the government's recommendations, others are not even worried. Okay, it's time for another break now, but please come back for some more ENI UK and Europe edition.
Makabuluhang talakayan.
Sapat na
po ba yun? Papasok yung 30% sa indoor at 50% sa
pa.
outdoor para to even break even?
Ilan pong mga negosyo ang nagsara po dahil dito po sa pandemya?
Malalim na komentaryo.
Ngayon, sinasabi essential goods and services. Pero nakita naman po natin sa Dolomite Beach. At may time clock yung mga bata doon.
Umaapaw sa impormasyon.
Ano ba ngayon ang allotted budget per voter?
Yung hindi daw bakunado po ng mga empleyado, hindi sila pinapasweldo.
Sweldo, no?
Oras!
Pero hindi rin nagpapahuli sa kakulitan.
Merong nag-file for the presidency. Hinimok daw siya ng mga alien at ang kanyang plataforma po ay palakasin ang Wi-Fi.
At ito si Ali magde-demonstrate paano mag-swimming na may face mask.
Kaya, nood na kina Ali Soto at Pati Daza sa ASPN. Ano sa palagay nyo?
Kung kayo po ay may pinagdadaanan, daanan nyo lang. Huwag niyong tambayan.
Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga.
Oras, alas 9:26 na po ng umaga at nagbabalik po ang ASPN.
Mapapanood sa Net25 at mapapakinggan sa DZEC, Radyo Aguila at Eagle FM 95.5.
Karamihan sa ating mga Pilipino, mahilig talaga sa snacks, ano?
Kasi yun ang hinahanap ng bibig.
Pero yun lang ang pinakalibangan namin.
Aba meron nang nauuso na healthy version ng mga ito.
Kangkong to, gulay to, nagugustuhan rin kasi it's healthy for the children. Kung may Korean craze ngayon sa Pilipinas, may craze rin para sa banana chips natin doon sa Korea.
Unique siya kasi madami ding health benefits at pasok sa panlasa nating mga Pinoy.
Ito na ang inyong starter pack for a healthy snack. Ako po, si Robin Padilla, at ito po ang ulat. Kaagapay sa hanapbuhay.
Isa ang mga kooperatiba sa mga naapektuhan ng COVID-19 crisis. Sa isang survey ng Cooperative Development Authority, nangangamba ang mga kooperatiba sa pagbaba ng kanilang kita dahil sa mahirap na transportasyon at komunikasyon. And one of the most important questions is, how can they transition to digitalization? In this episode, we will discuss the journey of one cooperative that remained resilient during the pandemic. Ms. Faye Visa, General Manager of the Pantukan Chess Club Multipurpose Cooperative, and Mr. Bradley Pineda of Globe Business will share their insights.
When the pandemic has opened our eyes to the many possibilities that we can do with the power of the digital,
Globe Business vision to equip cooperatives with digital solutions so that they can become a kooperatibang matatag.
All these in this episode of Open for Business.
Welcome back to ENI UK and Europe Edition. I'm Jakarta Matera, now with some more interesting stories from the United Kingdom and Europe this week. Arabelle and Ariane Celestino show us how to enjoy an exciting treetop adventure in the heart of London. Let's watch their report.
And I'm Ariane Celestino.
And today we're going to a treetop adventure site.
Go Ape! Let's go!
Go Ape is an outdoor adventure which includes treetop challenges you will face along the journey. The courses are mainly made up of zip lines, bridges, rope swings, walkways, ladders, and wooden tunnels. All participants will be asked to wear the appropriate harness for safety reasons. and you will also be given safety instructions which are necessary to be followed during all the activities you will be doing. Having that said, everyone is still able to have fun while being safe. Whether you seek experiencing something new to try out,
Okay. Okay, this is easy. No. Because I'm not even looking down.
or an adventure with your friends and loved ones,
I'm trying to film while I'm doing this, so good luck to us. You can see Dandan there. And Andre.
this might be the perfect idea for your next activity to be crossed off on your to-do list. Maybe you'll decide to make it a solo experience instead. Even so, this is still a great way for you to feel free and clear up your mind from everything for a bit. At the end of this adventure, you will surely have a feeling of achievement and satisfaction. So, let's get started.
Finished with our course today, and we really had fun. What was your favorite part?
The zip lining.
Yes,
What about you?
As for me, my favorite part, apart from the zip lining, was the steady parts where you just had to walk, or you could even run on it. So yeah, I think that's a wrap for today. And once again, I'm Arabelle Celestino.
And I'm Erin Celestino, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you to our UK Bureau for that report. We go to Rome now, where protesters over Italy's Green Pass requirements clashed with police. To give us more details, here's a report by Zavina Balsita.
A protest against Italy's Green Pass turned violent in the center of Rome on Sunday evening, October 9, with police responding to the clashes with tear gas and water cannon. The demonstration was organized in protest over an imminent requirement for workers in Italy to have a Green Pass certificate, showing that people have been vaccinated, tested negative, or recovered from COVID-19. Starting October 15, it will be required for all workers in both the public and private sectors to present a Green Pass in the workplace or face suspension without pay. The hundreds of protesters headed in the direction of Palazzo Chigi and were met on the way by the police with tear gas and water cannon, while others went for the headquarters of CGIL, Italy's largest trade union. The violence was roundly condemned, with both Draghi and Italy's President Sergio Mattarella expressing their solidarity to CGIL's Secretary General Maurizio Landini. Palazzo Chigi issued a statement saying that the government continues its commitment to complete the vaccination campaign against COVID-19 and thanks the millions of Italians who have already adhered with conviction and civic sense. There are 43 million people in Italy fully vaccinated, with COVID hospitalizations declining steadily since early summer. However, more than 8 million Italians, 15% of vaccinable population aged over 12, have yet to receive even the first COVID shot. From Rome, Italy, I am Zavina Danielle Balsita. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Zavina, for bringing us that update from Italy. It's time for another break now, but please come back. for some more ENI UK and Europe edition.
Ngayong may pandemya, marami ang walang trabaho at mataas ang presyo ng bilihin. Isa sa nakikitang solusyon para makaiwas sa pagkagutom ay ang pagtatanim. May ilan, problemado sa espasyo dahil maliit ang kanilang lugar. Pero may sagot riyan para makapagtanim, ang hydroponics. Sa hydroponics, hindi ginagamitan ng lupa ang pinagtataniman, kundi tubig at nutrient solution lamang. Sa hydroponics, makakapagtanim ka ng gulay at kahit anong halaman. Masusolusyonan ang problema sa kagutuman at matutugunan ang seguridad sa pagkain.
Dapat bang may agwat sa ating merong pagitan? Dapat bang may agwat na laging nakakain?
Hi, this is Chacha Cañete. Please catch me on Letters and Music this coming Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Net 25. See ya!
Na 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 na.
Broadcast journalist Wayne De La Fuente returns on Philippine television and radio to deliver top stories and engage with the country's policymakers, shapers, and movers. Tatalakayin ang mga pangunahing balita live sa teleradyo ng Net25 at Radyo Aguila DCEC 1062. Kasama si Wayne De La Fuente sa
At itong balitalakayan, we live in interesting times.
Welcome back to ENI UK and Europe edition. Now for some more stories from Europe this week. We are now going for a stroll in Milan's Chinatown. Taking us there is Jasmine Jamora. Let's watch her report.
Milan's Chinatown, known in Italian as Quartiere Cinese, is the oldest and biggest Chinese district in Italy. Whether you're planning to stay in town for a long period or just a few days, a stroll through this multi-ethnical area is a curious way of discovering the less-known insights of Milan.
This vibrant and dynamic area is located just a few steps away from some of the significant venues of Milan, such as the historical city center and the futuristic buildings of Porta Nuova district. Milan's Chinese neighborhood is an interesting location for a quiet walk or to take a look at the typical products displayed at the shiny windows at both sides of the road. Boasting more than 150 stores among boutiques selling Oriental products, traditional tea shops, a department store, and even the biggest store for ethnic food in Italy, the Paolo Sarpi area is a career spot for shopping. Jewelries, fashion boutiques, ethnic homeware shops, wine houses, opticians, beauticians, and computer shops are just some of the stores you can find while strolling through the street. Small shops selling important typical made-in-China products are scattered around the main streets of the district. Many of its visitors are mainly attracted by its vast array of traditional delicacies from the Far East, which can be tasted both at local restaurants, street food hubs, or purchased at specialized shops. When it comes to food, the Chinese district features a variety of choices satisfying any taste whim.
From breakfast until dinner time, guests can enjoy both traditional Italian products as well as taste a selection of delicacies from the Far East that range from noodle to steam or fried dumplings. The Sarpi area boasts many small street food laboratories selling small takeaway delicacies. One of these is the Ravioleria Sarpi, a tiny one-window shop serving traditional handmade vegetarian or meat dumplings, perfect to be eaten on the go, prepared using high-quality meat coming from the nearby Macelleria Sirtori. Take advantage of your visit to Chinatown to savor the characteristic bubble tea, a typical sweet beverage from Taiwan, which can be tasted in different varieties. While planning a visit to Chinatown, visitors might take into account moving around with public transports, by bike or on foot, as many streets in the district are limited traffic areas and don't allow access by car. The area can be reached via underground, via bus, and by tram. Those enjoying a quiet wander by bike can take advantage of the Bike Me sharing. An efficient taxi service is also available to quickly reach the chosen location with a traffic limitation. I hope you enjoyed this little tour around Milan's Chinatown. I am Jasmine Zamora for ABC Bureau Italy, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you for that wonderful tour, Jasmine. We go to our sports section now, where Ryan Florentino gives us our weekly update. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Giancarlo. Thank you for having me. And yes, this week we have football this week with Cristiano Ronaldo rescued Manchester United once again, while Lionel Messi scores twice for Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG, in the Champions League this week. PSG brought in Lionel Messi, hoping that the Argentinian legend would be the final piece of the puzzle as they bid to finally win the Champions League title. He is yet to score in League One, but has so far done what he was signed to do by scoring 3 times in as many games in Europe. The 6-time Ballon d'Or winner stepped up when PSG were trailing RB Leipzig in Paris, scoring twice, including a Panenka penalty to rescue a 3-2 win. Cristiano Ronaldo's second coming at Manchester United has also produced 2 memorable moments and late winners against Villarreal and now Atalanta just last Wednesday, to edge them towards the last 16 of the Champions League. Solskjaer retains the support of the lineup, but his team produced another topsy-turvy display as they fell 2 goals down to Atalanta inside the first 30 minutes. Atalanta then led 2-0 at half-time. But United struck early in the second half via Marcus Rashford, taking advantage of the defense to find captain Harry Maguire before Ronaldo flew in to score the winning header. Concerns remain about defense, but United's attack is a considerable point of strength. Ronaldo's lack of running off the ball has been a cause for United's dreadful defensive record, but he is delivering offensively with 6 goals in just 9 appearances. And that about wraps up our sports report this week, and we hope to see you next week for more updates like this. Back to you, Giancarlo.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for giving us again that sports update.
Thank you for having me, Giancarlo, reporting from the United Kingdom for ENI UK and Europe edition. I am Ryan Florentino, and we live in interesting times.
Okay, we'll end our show once again this week with our view from our window. And today we take a Koblenz cable car in Germany. The Koblenz cable car, also called the Rhine cable car, is used as a means of transportation across the River Rhine in Koblenz. Not only is the cable car, which opened in 2010, considered an environmentally friendly transport link, but it's also a tourist attraction. The entire cable car system can take up to 7,600 passengers per hour, and therefore considered the highest capacity for any cable car in Germany. One ride takes 7 minutes, but these 7 minutes fly by due to the beautiful views of the city of Koblenz. This video is courtesy of Eva Marie Krause from our EBC Germany Bureau. Thank you so much, Eva Marie, for this wonderful view. And that's it for this week's program. We hope you stay safe, and keep positive as we bring you more stories next week from around the United Kingdom and Europe. I'm Jacarlo Matera, and we live in interesting times.
In Good Shape. Do's and don'ts that will help you stay fit for the rest of your life. We answer the question, what do our bodies really need? In Good Shape.
Tropical cyclone o bagyo. Ang bagyo ay isang uri ng lagay na panahon na nagdudulot ng malalakas at mabibilis na hangin at pag-ulan na maaaring maging sanhi ng matitinding pagbaha, daluyong ng dagat at pag-uho ng lupa. Narito ang mga dapat gawin bago dumating ang bagyo. Una, alamin ang balita ukol sa panahon at mga anunsyong pangkaligtasan. Alamin ang plano ng komunidad sa pagbibigay babala at paglikas. Suriin ang bahay at kumpunihin ang mga mahina at sirang bahagi. Ihanda ang gobag na naglalaman ng mga pangangailangan ng pamilya. Ilikas ang mga alagang hayop sa ligtas na lugar. Kapag inabisuhan ang kinauukulan, mabilis na lumikas sa itinakdang evacuation center. Narito naman ang mga dapat gawin habang may bagyo. Una, maging mahinahon. Manatili sa loob ng bahay o evacuation center at makinig sa pinakabagong balita at taya ng panahon. Patayin ang main switch ng kuryente at valve ng tubig. Gumamit ng flashlight o emergency lamp. Maging maingat sa paggamit ng kandila o gasera. Umiwas sa mga salaming bintana. Ito naman ang dapat gawin pagkatapos ng bagyo. Hintayin ang abiso ng kinauukulan na ligtas ng bumalik sa tahanan. Umiwas sa mga natumbang puno, nasirang gusali at linya ng kuryente. Huwag gumala upang hindi maabala ang mga emergency services. Siguraduhing walang basa o nakababad na outlet o kagamitan bago buksan ang linya ng kuryente. Itapon ang mga naipong tubig sa lata, paso at gulong upang hindi pamahayan ng lamok.
Posibleng palawigin ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ang Visiting Forces Agreement. Tumaas pa ang reproduction number ng COVID-19.
Isinagawa ang turnover ng Lingap Goodie Bag sa San Miguel, Bulacan.
Ang maghahayag ng official statement ay ang pamilya.
Hindi lang sa aspetong pang-espiritual hinahangaan ng Iglesia ni Cristo.
Mapaunlad ang kabuhayan ng mga differently abled person.
Bukod sa pagtaguyod ng wika at kulturang Pinoy,
inaasahang bababa pa ang bilang ng mga Pinoy na walang trabaho.
Sumusunod sa mga alituntuning ipinatutupad ng gobyerno bilang pag-iingat sa COVID-19.
Isa sa naging dahilan ng pagtaas ng tubig dito noong mga nakaraang araw.
Handa ng Senado at Kamara na magpasa ng mga panukalang batas.
Umunlad ang peace and order sa bansa sa panahon ng panunungkulan ni Pangulong Duterte.
May ilang nagkaroon ng Delta variant ng COVID-19 ang nabakunahan na. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas.
This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
You can put your hand on your heart. What we love lies close to our heart, but bad news can break it. The organ that pumps life through our bodies is not only key to our physical well-being. Today we're looking at what the heart can do and what we can do to make sure it keeps beating as long as possible. Welcome to In Good Shape, DW's Health Magazine. Our heart starts beating not long after conception, around day 22 into the pregnancy. At this stage, it's merely a tube. By the moment of birth, a heart has already beaten 50 million times. The average heart rate of an adult is around 70 beats per minute. That's around 4,200 every hour. Every day, that adds up to about 100,000 beats, bringing us to around 37 million per year. In the upper part of the heart is the sinus node. It controls the timing. The cells in this area generate electrical impulses, then transmit them to the lower part of the heart.